Hi everyone, my presentation today is about the lovely Dolly Parton. The purpose of this lesson is to show you Dolly Parton's impact on country music, femininity, and the overall cultural landscape because she has had a huge impact. She's a very famous person and she's notable for a lot of things, but there are a lot of things that she's done that's super cool that people don't think of right away, and that is part of why I wanted to choose her for my lesson topic. So her full name is Dolly Rebecca Parton, and she was born on January 19th, 1946, which makes her 75 years old. She was born in a one-room cabin on the banks of Little Pigeon River in Tennessee. She is the fourth of 12 children born to Avie Lee Caroline and Robert Lee Parton Sr. She herself has described her upbringing as growing up dirt poor. This experience shaped a lot of her songwriting. The very popular song Coat of Many Colors is about her having all of her clothes handmade by her mom because they didn't have a lot of money. So all of their clothes were handmade and she was kind of teased for that. So that definitely shaped her and shaped her into the person that she is today, and influences a lot of her songwriting still. She discovered music at a very early age. When she was 7, she started to play a homemade guitar. And at the age of 8, her uncle bought her a real one. Soon after, she began to perform at local churches and radio stations well into her teen years. So she very quickly discovered her love of music and started to do it ever since she was a little girl. She had a lot of fun kind of entertaining her family. Like I mentioned previously, she had a lot of siblings, so she had a built-in audience from the get-go to entertain and kind of shape her artistry, which I think is really cool. She very famously began her more like big time career on the Porter Wagoner show in 1967. She was initially met with hesitation from fans who were not happy with Dolly taking over from her predecessor, but that eventually went away because they realized how amazing she is. She released her first single with Porter Wagoner in the late 1967. The song made it into the top 10 country charts and was the first of many hit singles from the duo. Success did not find the duo immediately, though, right when they were starting out, but Dolly released several iconic singles during her time with Wagoner, including the amazing song Jolene, which came out in 1973. So they worked together for a long time. She very famously wrote the song I Will Always Love You about her professional relationship with Wagoner. He, of course, inspired the song. Dolly's been talking about this story a lot recently about how her relationship with Wagoner ended, and she wrote this song to kind of showcase how her long professional career went with him and how she felt about it and how it was ending and that it was okay that it was ending. A fun fact about the song I Will Always Love You, she almost sold the song to Elvis, but she didn't like the contract he offered, and I am very glad that she did not sell the song to Elvis because it would not be the same song if he had sung it. So that was a very, very good move on her part. She has gone on in her solo career to have 25 number one country music hits, which is a lot. She is tied with Reba McEntire for that record. Reba's another amazing, amazing country music artist. She has also moved into the movie world. She had several hit movies, including The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, 9 to 5, and my personal favorite, Steel Magnolias. She's also dabbled in some stuff recently. Joyful Noise was a movie that came out probably early 2000s. So she was dabbling in the movie world even up until recently. She's had several books written about her. And of course, she has her own amusement park, which is absolutely incredible that a country music artist was able to open her own amusement park just kind of based on her life. It is in Tennessee. It is up in the Smoky Mountains, and it's Smoky Mountain themed. A fun fact about me is I was going to go this summer, so July 2020, I was going to go for the first time. I was really excited, but then, of course, COVID hit, so I was not able to go, but I'm really hoping to go sometime and sometime soon. So she has also worked with countless numbers of people in the industry, everyone from Willie Nelson, of course, Randy Travis, Queen Latifah even, Al King, Brad Paisley. She had her trio with Emmylou Harris and Linda Ronstadt in the 80s. That was awesome. And some of my favorite projects she's done is with Miley Cyrus. She was on Hannah Montana. She was Hannah Montana's godmother. Little fun fact, I loved that show growing up. So that's kind of was not my first exposure to Dolly Parton, but my first major exposure to her. Some recent work that she has been doing. She's been pretty active lately. She has a documentary on Netflix right now called Here I Am. She also recently helped with the music in the Netflix film Dumplin'. She re-recorded a lot of her music and gave it to the soundtrack, and it was absolutely amazing. It's really fun movie and really fun soundtrack, so worth giving a listen. She also has Dolly Parton's Heartstrings, which is also on Netflix. She's doing a lot of cool stuff with Netflix. And it's the stories of some of her really popular songs. So she's been doing a lot of stuff recently, which is really cool because she started so early on. She started in the 60s and she's still crushing it to this day, which is awesome to see. So to kind of tie back to the purpose of why I chose Dolly Parton, of course, she is a very talented woman. Her music is amazing. Her movies are amazing. She has a theme park that I want to go see, but she's also had a really positive impact on the culture. She has a very positive outlook on life, and she is one of the few public figures who truly kind of accept everyone, which is awesome. She really has not shared a lot of her personal beliefs besides her beliefs about positivity and her religion. She doesn't share a lot of her personal beliefs publicly. She has more recently because that's kind of more things are popping up in the past few years. So she has spoken out on some things, but she really hasn't before. She really kind of prides herself on accepting everyone and really only caring for other people and being a good person, which is really awesome. She, of course, has countless awards and honors. I'm sure her little award case at one of her many homes is full of beautiful statues and plaques that she's gotten over the years. In pop culture, she's obviously a very big figure, very notably in the drag queen culture. She's definitely an icon. I've seen many a drag queen do a Dolly Parton impression, and it's always hilarious and amazing. That's kind of referenced in the movie Dumplin', which is really fun and just really also shows her love of the LGBTQ plus community as well. She's always been a very fierce advocate and very open and accepting, which is awesome to see. She's has a lot of really awesome philanthropic endeavors. She recently was in the news for donating a lot of money to the COVID vaccine, which is huge and very relevant right now. That's just the tip of the iceberg of what she's done, but that's very important recent event that she was a part of. And she has, like I said, has recently been doing more social justice work, but has been an outspoken advocate for everyone and for believing that everyone deserves to be treated equally and that she loves everyone, which is awesome. We need more positive figures like Dolly in our world, and I'm just so glad that we have her. Here's a quote that I really loved from a New York Times article that someone wrote last year. Emily Lordy, she wrote it for the New York Times, and it says, "A Dolly Parton concert is like a local census, bringing together peoples across lines of race, gender, sexuality, and miraculously political affiliation." I thought that was important and kind of spoke to why I chose Dolly, that she's just kind of someone who's there for everyone, which is super awesome. So the activity to go along with today's lesson is I want you to listen to one of 5 Dolly Parton songs that I have chosen. You will react to the song that you listen to, give your initial reaction. How does it make you feel? Do you like it? That kind of stuff. Just your opinion. And then I want you to do some research. Research the song that you chose. Write 3 paragraphs with your findings. So research things like, when was it written? What has she recently said about the song? Has it been covered recently? What's the song about? Just some fun background on a song of your choosing. Awesome. Well, thank you for listening.